So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to reply to a discussion board post. In the last video, we actually talked about how to post, and we talked about some of the expectations that we have in 3rd grade. We talked about how one of the biggest things when you are doing something in Canvas or online, or really any sort of assignment that you're doing, is we need to make sure that we're actually proofreading what we're writing to make sure that it makes sense, and we are using proper capital letters, proper punctuation, and obviously we are following any other directions. In this question that we had to answer the other day, we had to say if we would rather fly or be invisible. The teacher wanted us to provide at least 2 reasons why we made that choice, and they gave us a little checklist of what to do. So we learned how to click the reply button and to draft a response. Today we are going to discuss about how you can actually reply to other classmates or your teacher on the discussion board. Remember, a discussion board is very similar to a social media platform where you might have a wall or a page and you can comment to other people and reply to each other. So we want to make sure that we are actually responding with these same type of rules. Our responses are making sense. We have proper grammar, punctuation, capital letters. But we also want to make sure that we're also being kind. We are not being rude or disrespectful in any way. Usually in discussion board posts, they're going to be about a topic where you can probably and will often disagree. And while you may want to prove your side or your point, your opinion, with evidence, you don't want to do it in a rude way. Also, when you try to provide a point in a rude way, more likely than not, the other person doesn't really want to listen to what you have to say. So we want to respond to each other politely, and we want to use facts and evidence and not necessarily opinion statements. Well, I think that's not good, and not give any reason why. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and respond. So I scrolled down and I can go ahead and see the first response. And the student said, I would rather be able to fly. I would choose to be able to fly because I have family that lives on the other side of the country and I would like to be able to see them more often. By flying, I could arrive at my destination quickly and whenever I want. Not only could I fly to visit my family, but I could fly to visit places I've never been to before, like other countries. Normally, it costs a lot of money to fly to other countries, but since I could fly myself, it would be free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reply to this student, and I'm going to state my opinion. Now, I'm going to pretend that not necessarily that I disagree, but I'm going to point out some facts about flying and why it might not be as amazing as they think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click reply, and this is going to reply to this student. You're going to see how that pops up in a second. So just like before, when I hit reply, I have my text box pop up. I have all these features I can use, bold, italics, all that stuff, but we want to make sure that it's appropriate if we choose to use that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type my response, and I will use my magic and fast forward. Okay, and presto, I already have my written response. Now, I went ahead and decided that I kind of disagree with this person, that I think flying would be better, but I'm going to kind of tell them about some points that I don't think that they thought of. So while there really is no right or wrong answer, because this is an opinion question, I'm going to just point out some facts they might not have thought about. So I'm going to reread it, make sure it makes sense. I said, while I agree with you that it could be really awesome to fly, I think that there could be some disadvantages also. So I went ahead and I started just using a complete sentence and stating my opinion. You said how you could fly to other countries and save money by not using an airplane. When I picture flying myself around like a superhero, though, I think about all the gross bugs that I would run into while flying. I would much rather pay for a plane ticket plane ticket. I need to fix that. See, and that's why we reread. I would much rather pay for a plane ticket than to have bugs fly into my face while flying around like Superman. I also imagine if you were flying for long distances, you would become very tired and therefore you might not be able to enjoy your time somewhere. Alright, and that is the end of my post. So you would notice that I stated my opinion, but I did so in a polite manner. I didn't say flying is dumb, you shouldn't want to do that, being invisible is better. I just stated my opinion, I did it politely, I used complete sentences, and I gave my reasons why. We also want to make sure that we're looking out for not replying to people and just saying, I agree, I disagree. That's kind of pointless. We want to actually make sure that we're giving some reasons why as a discussion. It's just like if you're hanging out with your friends and you're talking about what movie is the best movie or what song is the best song, you're not just going to say, no, yes, I like this one. That'd be a pretty boring conversation. You want to actually add to it and give your reasons why. So after I've proofread this, I'm going to go ahead and post it, and I'm going to click Post Reply. And I will see that I have responded to this student. And if I have any other students that are responding, they can hit reply also. So you always want to make sure you're hitting reply to the person that you are talking to. Okay? And then you'll kind of see how right here, I know they both say test student, but right here we have the main response. You see how the picture's a little bigger, and then you have this one right here is a little smaller and it's off to the right side. This is lined up here, but now this is going over. This is showing that this person is talking to this person. So we're going to have lots of different conversations going on. So that's just a quick look at how to respond to a discussion board post.